Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to share some of the steps that I'm going to do in order to see if I can fix an AC compressor issue that I'm having in my car. This is a Panamera 2012 that I do own for over more than 10 years, 12 years already, and I never had an issue with the AC system, right? Out of the blue, the cars started to blow hot air and no more cool air. And what happened is everything is looking like the compressor. I need to replace the compressor. So far, I did request like a three estimates about how much could be the compressor, factory original compressor for this car, and the cost. As today I'm filming this video on February 2025, the cost for this original compressor from the dealer is the cheapest price that I got is $1,700. So I guess to fix if I send this car to the dealer to do that service, replace the compressor, I'm gonna be looking no less than $2,000. So that's what I decide to try to see until which point I can do this by myself. Before I continue with this video, I want to make sure, as a disclosure, and be honest with you guys, I am not a mechanic. I am not a AC technician guy. I am not any certified technician. So on this Panamera, the compressor is located in the right hand side. I'm gonna show you guys. The compressor is that part at the very bottom there, right? And from here, I can see the front part of the compressor. Here is the clutch. Sometimes when this clutch is broken, the compressor needs to be replaced. So this is one of the main parts inside the compressor, right? Another main part is this compressor, they have like a control valve that goes on the back, right? And when that valve is not working, the compressor does not engage. That valve looks like this, something like this. So in my case, the front part, the clutch, is working fine. So the possible second option, the second part, this one, is the one that is having the failure. So one option could be to see until which point I can reach under the compressor, under the car, and try to see if I can remove this valve from there. And before doing that, I need to go under and try to see. This compressor, they have like a sticker of a label that show you all the details about what is the manufacturing company of the compressor, what is the model number, the part number. And with this information, and if I'm able to remove the control valve with that information, I can take a picture of the label, the sticker, and I can search online for a replacement part, for a replacement valve. So that's what I'm going to try to do as option number one, to see until which point I can fix the compressor without having to replace it, without having to remove it. So at this point, I don't care about if I'm gonna be able to remove the compressor or not, because all that I'm gonna do is try to remove the control valve. So now, before we continue to work under the compressor, let's make a pause here and talk about a few things that are very important that you guys need to know and verify before start anything. Number one, we need to identify the charging ports, right? In this car, the charging port for the high pressure line is this one, and for the low pressure line is this one here. This is the port, right? So identify this in your car. Number two is all these cars, they have the stickers that will show you the refrigerant. The refrigerant that you will need to use in order to charge the system is right here. In this car is right here, see? So for the AC system, this parameter is using an R134. So it's something similar to this one. Now this is refrigerant, so you need to identify this sticker in your car and make sure that you can find this refrigerant. This is very cheap. This is the cheapest one in Walmart. At this point, I did bought the cheapest version because I just need refrigerant, right? You can go Walmart or any dealer or any auto part and find a more expensive product. But those products are more expensive because it's not only refrigerant. They also come with some chemicals in order to leak, in order to seal any leak in the system. And they also come with some chemicals in order to show the color, any pigments in the lines in the case that you have any leak, right? In my case, I already did the test and I don't have any leak. So I don't need anything more expensive than this. I only need refrigerant, right? And this port here, the low pressure, for example, you just remove this cap here, and here is where you plug. You put the adapters in order to add more refrigerant, right? So this is what I did at the very beginning. This is what everybody almost they do when they have an AC issue, right? When the car is not cooling, they try to buy any of these bottles and they try to recharge their system themselves. I did the same when I was doing this at the very beginning. I was trying to add more refrigerant. I thought the car was running low in refrigerant. When I was doing that, the needle it was pointing right in the red zone, so it was indicating already that it was some problem with the compressor. So, and also the compressor was not able to grab the refrigerant. I was not able to push refrigerant, and the needle was in the red zone. So that was my first indication when I was doing the diagnostic. So make sure that you identify the sticker in your car, identify the ports, and also before removing this control valve, the system needs to be empty. So when I went to a shop for AC diagnostic, they told me that was the compressor, right? And I told them to remove all the refrigerant from the car because the system needs to be empty. You can take your car to any shop. They do that for free, or any dealer, because what they do is they discharge all the refrigerant and from your car, and they're gonna recycle that refrigerant. So they do that for free. So make sure that there's no refrigerant in the system before even try to remove this from the compressor. Otherwise, if you have refrigerant in your system and you try to remove this from the compressor, when you pulling this down to remove it, all that refrigerant will explode and it will create a mess. I don't recommend you guys doing that. So make sure that all of this is empty. So the plan is to go under the compressor and try to see the sticker and try to see until which point you can remove this control valve and remove it. You need to remove this in order to make sure that you can find this online or you can find this in the dealer, because there are so many variations of the compressor. You need to remove this and take a look how it looks, the shape, the dimensions and everything, because you have to make sure that when you order one, it has to be exactly the same. Otherwise it won't fit on, it won't work. So having said that, keep in mind that if you remove this valve and you're going to shop around, that could take you a few days, right? Maybe the part is out of stock. So keep in mind that maybe this won't be something that you can do in one day. In my case, because I use this car as a spare, I do own a Cayenne Turbo that I do have here. I can keep this car in the garage for a few days or a week if I need. So I'm gonna be using the Cayenne in the meantime, and I'm gonna try to see if I can go down there and remove this part and then order this part, right? So in order to get under the compressor, I already did, but I will show you guys. You have to remove a cover that goes under the compressor. I already did that. Let me show you the cover. This Panamera, they have like a cover that goes under the car. They have two covers. This is the main one, a big one that is covered under the engine, and this one goes in front. It's in the front cover, but under the engine also. So you remove the big one first and then the second one. I'll show you later in the video. So the first step is to lift the car, right, and try to remove these two covers. And if you are able to do that, the next step that I did was I was trying to see until which point I can have access to the compressor. So I did remove the tire on this side, right, to see, because from here I can start to see the compressor, right? And here is the line, here is the compressor, but from here I'm not able to see any sticker or any label. Here I'm able to see another line that goes in the compressor right there. So from here I'm not able to see the stickers, so I will have to go under, right? So I lift the car and remove this tire here, and then I went under here. Now I do have now room here, right, to see the sticker. The sticker that I was talking about all the time is this one, right? So let me go there and show you that sticker. And I truly recommend you guys that when you go under here, make sure that you guys have all the safety stuff in place. Even the tire that I did remove, I put it here just in case, right? So the two covers that I already showed you, they go here. The first with the black one covered the entire car, and the second one, it goes here, right? Those are screws you need to remove. That's very easy, I'll show you later. So let me make a pause here and get under here and show you the label. Compressor, this is the sticker. From this sticker I can see that this compressor is our original one. I see the Porsche part number at the top. Then I see the model number that is 7SEU17C. I see that it's made in Japan. Look at that. A factory compressor. This is a Porsche made in Japan. I see at the very bottom the brand Denso. The brand is called Denso. So this is a factory compressor, right? And it's made in Japan. So this part, brand new, original, is 1700, right? And there's no from Germany. There's no such thing as a compressor from Germany. It's made in Japan, right? And here is where the control valve goes. I already removed it. So the control valve goes here. All that you need to do is to remove this plug here. Just to remove this plug here. And this has an O-ring. After you remove this cable, the valve is held by an O-ring, right? That goes here. I will show you the O-ring soon, but I already took it out. You remove the O-ring and then you pull this down, right? And it go out like this. Make sure again that the system is empty, that is no charge. So all that you need to do is remove the cable, the O-ring, and remove the valve, right? And take a picture of the sticker, because with this picture you're gonna have the part number, you're gonna have the compressor model number, and you're gonna have the brand. And with these three details you can find a replacement for this bulb. You can find a replacement for this online, or you can go to the dealer and see if they can sell you. I don't think that Porsche is going to sell you this, but aftermarket you will be able to find this. That's what I'm going to do. So at this point I will try to find this aftermarket replacement part for this. So if I can find one and I can put it back, charge the system, and this guy start working fine, problem is solved. And the $2,000 that I was supposed to spend in the dealer is gonna be out of the table. So I did receive the replacement control valve. This one is kind of the same. So now I'm going to install this one in the compressor and see if that could do the fix. It took me like 4 days because I ordered this on Saturday. Today's Thursday. But what happened is on Tuesday I did receive a control valve that it looks kind of the same. I could do the work, but the problem is that this one has a yellow point, yellow dot here. What that means is that this kind of valve is using a diode. The circuit inside is driven by one diode, and this is for Mercedes. Mercedes use this kind of most of the time. So make sure that when you get a replacement control valve, it looks exactly the same. This one has no yellow dot, the circuit is different. So this one will work. This one I will return it back. So the next step is to put this one in the compressor. Let me stop the video, go into the car and start to shoot. I show you how to put this. All right. So you push the compressor valve all the way down as much as you can, and then with the plier and the O-ring you just try to put it here like this, and you're good. See, now this is holding the valve pressure, and this is the connector. You just remove this, you pull this a little bit because it's gonna go to this little pigtail connector here. You just remove it out a little bit, and that's it. The valve is gonna be ready. Install it here. All right, so after this we're gonna do vacuum and recharge, and I will let you know, guys, when I get there. So to show you how to do the vacuum and recharge the system and see if we're good. All right, so now the vacuum is connected. We're gonna open this side, we're gonna open this side, we're gonna open here the vacuum line. We're gonna make sure that all of this is very well connected. We're gonna open here, make sure that this guy is open here. We're gonna start to vacuum the system. We're gonna keep it for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. We're gonna turn on the vacuum and make sure that this will have to go under -30 here. And after the vacuum finish, let the car wait for 10-15 minutes to make sure that it stays in -30. Otherwise, if the needle goes up, that means that you have a leak in the system. So let me turn on the vacuum. I'm gonna have some noise now. It's not connected. Let me connect it here quick. And this is already starting to vacuum the system. So now we're going to charge the system. This guy has to be closed. Never ever open this guy again. This guy close, this guy close. These two guys have to be open. Now we're gonna open here a little bit, and we're gonna blow. We're gonna start to push a little bit of refrigerant, and we're gonna press here in order to remove air. See, now I'm sure that the air that was in this can, it went out. We're gonna start to charge the system. So this guy is open, this is closed, this is closed. I'm gonna turn on the car and turn on the AC. I'm gonna start to like, I'm gonna put it like in auto. I'm gonna show you now, guys. I'm gonna start to charge the system, but little by little I will start to add refrigerant. So let's go to that. So I'm going to start to put refrigerant to the system. See, now the compressor click. I'm going to keep adding refrigerant until I go to the 200. Low pressure is in 50. So it seems like the compressor turned on. I just need to keep adding refrigerant here. Keep charging the system. So far, things are looking good. Let me see. It seems like this bottle is already done. Now I'm adding the second bottle. Keep in mind that this has to be closed. Let me open now this bottle. This is closed right now because I have to discharge the air from that can. So let me discharge the air. We're good. Air is out. The pressure is still under 200, so I'm going to pour more refrigerant until this goes over 200. This is open, so I'm going to start to open this guy here. I'm going to start to pour now more refrigerant to the system and let it run until get enough refrigerant. A few things I want to show you guys right now. The AC coming out is 54 degrees, so this is cooling very good. So it seems like replacing the compressor solenoid control valve the fix. I will put the link in the video of the one that I got. Make sure that you guys, when you remove this, make a replacement that is very compatible. So another thing that I'm going to show you guys here is I'm using, this is Autel, is the brand. This is the model MX AOA, and here a few things that you can do if you have one of these tools. Here I can go to the history. Let me pull this up. I already took out the car for a ride to test. See, right now it's blowing 48, so it's cooling very good. Here I can press diagnostic. Let me show you something very cool about this tool here. When you're doing troubleshooting, I'm not getting any check engine code at all. See, no check engine code at all. Here with this tool, 47 right now. This is working beautiful. This is loading, gonna take a few times. So for this, you can click here, diagnosis, and then you can go to control unit, and then there's an option here. Let me find it for this one that say AC. Make sure that you guys, before do anything with the compressor, get a very good diagnostic. I did press here live data, and here you can see a few things when you're doing diagnostic and checking these compressors. See, I can click here AC compressor, or let me see what else do I have here. AC compressor, and it's loading. See, I can see a few things here. For example, I can see if the compressor is turning on or off, so I can turn off here the compressor. Right now I do have on. See, now it's off. So what that means is the compressor is receiving signal from the computer. So when I was doing diagnostic, I was testing with this tool, and I discard the possible cause that the computer was not able to turn on the compressor. So with this, I can prove that was not a problem. Also, there are many things that you can see here in this. You can see the compressor speed, so that means that the clutch is good. Also, see AC compressor enable. And sometimes when the car is the pressure, look at the pressures. You don't even need the gauge. Sometimes when the car is not cooling, and the problem is not the compressor, another thing beside the computer, but I already show you guys that was not the computer sending signal. Another thing that could cause the compressor not cooling the air, it could be the high pressure sensor. The high pressure sensor is located is behind the bumper. You remove the bumper, you will see the condenser. Right next to the condenser, you will see the high pressure sensor. But sometimes what I have seen is when the AC pressure sensor, the high pressure sensor is not working, is not working good. What happens is it doesn't send when you're trying to turn on the compressor, because the high pressure sensor is broken or it has a failure. It happens two things. One, the computer won't send a signal. So in this case, it's sending a signal, so the high pressure sensor is good. And another thing is, in many of the cars, the high pressure sensor, when it's a failure there, you get a check engine code. Sometimes you get a check engine code. So in my case, I was able to figure it out, and also I took it for diagnostic anyway, for a second opinion, and they validate that the problem was the compressor. So I just solved the problem, replacing the solenoid control valve, and I think it will last me, I don't know, it will last me for 1 year, 2 years, who knows. But at this point, I didn't have to spend even the $1,700, $2,000 only in the compressor part. I don't know how much a dealer will charge you for the entire service, because you have to buy the compressor, you have to do discharge, you have to discharge the refrigerant, you have to do vacuum, and then you have to charge the system again. Then maybe the dealer will tell you you have to change also the hose, so the compressor hose, the high pressure and low pressure hoses, and who knows how much this could be. I don't want to even know. But because it's a 2012 Panamera that I have a spare, almost hitting 100,000 miles. In my case, for me, as a conclusion, it wasn't worth it. Take it to the dealer. Just replacing the control valve. I think that I could get it done, and I did. So I hope that this video helped you guys to solve the problem. Like I say, I'm not a technician, I'm not a mechanic, but when I got problem with my cars, I try to solve by myself. What I'm just losing is $25, $30 that cost me this valve plus refrigerant. That was a $10 per bottle, and a lot of time I just spent a lot of time because I had the car here for almost 4 or 5 days waiting for parts. So at the end of the day, I spent less than $50, a lot of time, but I didn't lose $2,000 or $3,000 trying to fix this small issue. All right, so like I say, I'm not a technician, I'm not a mechanic, but I'm just sharing this video just to let you know, guys, if this could help anyone out there. I hope that you guys enjoy the video. If you guys get problem with the high pressure sensor, it's located behind this. I already ride the car, I already wash it. It's working beautiful. It's back. They're back in business. All right, thank you very much, and subscribe. I will keep posting more videos about other issues. I'm going to replace also the lower control arm in the right hand side. So stay tuned. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.